A man has come out with the claim that 3 months before the terrifying event occurred, he predicted the attempt on Donald Trump's life, and his prognosis turned out to be uncannily accurate. The unsettling prediction is made by Brandon Bible in a video that has gone viral on social media. He stated that he saw an attempt on his life. A bullet flew by his ear and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum, and he saw him fall to his knees during this time frame and started worshipping the Lord. Social media users are in complete shock over the prophecy.
He said there's going to be a new wave of patriotism coming out, and that's whenever I saw Trump, and I saw a red wave coming out of Michigan, and then I saw Oklahoma, and there was embers of people, and they were all on they had torches all throughout Oklahoma, and they were raising up these torches that looked like fire, and they were bringing forth a new patriotism upon the nation, and it was being birthed, and it just kept spreading like fire all throughout America, all throughout. And I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency through great. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff.
Trump was shot in the ear this past Saturday while giving a speech at a rally in Pennsylvania. The FBI is classifying this incident as an assassination attempt. Just before Secret Service personnel whisked him away, blood could be seen streaming down his face and ear. Law authorities neutralized the individual, Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old who was thought to be operating alone, and his body was later discovered atop a nearby building. The former president was seen with a bandage over his ear as he descended the stairs of an aircraft in New Jersey later that evening. Mr. Trump detailed the experience on his Truth Social account, stating that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. The eldest son of the former president, Donald Trump Jr., stated his father is in great spirits, while spokesperson Stephen Chung verified that Mr. Trump is fine. After what officials believe was an attempt to kill Donald Trump at a political rally on Saturday, former U.S. Secret Service officers spoke out about what may have stopped their former employer from failing to stop the shooter before he opened fire. Relays like this weekend's in a relatively exposed rural tract of Butler County, Pennsylvania, are the most anxious you're ever going to be as an agent because you're trying to secure all of it, said Evie Pumpouras, a former member of the Secret Service's Presidential Protective Division during Barack Obama's White House tenure. The author and journalist made the suggestion in her remarks on Sunday that the first line of defense in the vicinity of the Trump rally venue was probably local and state law enforcement officers who work with the Secret Service on such occasions. Agency spokesperson Anthony Guglielmi reportedly confirmed this. A man brandishing a gun was able to scale the roof of a bottle manufacturing facility during Saturday's gathering and fire multiple rounds at the former president from a mere 165 yards away. Several witnesses who were listening to Trump's bid for a second term as president, while outside the event but close to the building, said they tried to identify the gunman to the police officers positioned there. However, Pumpouras stated that as time goes on, it will be important to ascertain whether the individuals in question were conversing with the officers face-to-face, or if their attempts to draw their attention were fruitless. Pumpouras stated that when you're doing these rallies, you're looking at thousands of people, and speculated that the gunman may have waited to take his position until after Trump had finished speaking and had the focus of the majority of the attendees. Two law enforcement sources told the Associated Press that before the incident, a local police officer attempted to engage Crooks on the roof. However, after Crooks aimed a rifle at the officer, he withdrew, and the assailant fired a few shots at Trump. According to an ex-commander of the Special Tactics Squad of the Long Beach, California Police Department, it was a fundamental security failure to allow someone to be on a rooftop so close to the event on Saturday. Pumpouras added that government representatives should prepare for tough talks on whether or not they offer enough funding to sufficiently secure such events. She claimed that she frequently asked for a specific number of agents to guard a particular event, only to be informed that there wasn't enough funding or staff to meet her request. Former Secret Service member Jeff James claimed that once the shooting started, the agency acted fairly in terms of protecting President Trump, who suffered a bullet wound to the tip of his right ear. After the gunman appeared to have taken out one spectator and seriously injured two others, counter-snipers opened fire on him, which ended his life. After Trump went down on stage, agents hurried to cover him, ready to step in between the former president and any more gunfire directed towards him. James criticized the agents' handling of Trump's removal and armored car in an interview. After being knocked off his feet, Trump put his shoes back, raised his fist for a few moments, and mouthed the word "fight" to his followers many times before agents were able to remove him from view, something that many said was extremely brave. Social media users added that many politicians would have run away at this moment, but Donald Trump stood strong and looked out to the crowd, showing that he wasn't going to back down. James, who calculated that Trump was only 3 inches from being shot in the face, told news outlets that there may have been 4 more gunmen who were going to start opening fire. In the end, veteran Secret Service agent Joseph LaSaucer, who defended former presidents Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, and George Bush, told news outlets that Saturday called for an intensive review of Trump's security as well as a massive realignment. To that end, Joe Biden announced on Sunday that he has given the Secret Service instructions to make sure Trump is adequately protected, even at the Republican National Convention, which gets underway in Milwaukee on Monday. The president added that he has given the go-ahead for an impartial assessment of the Trump rally's security. For the Secret Service, the Trump assassination attempt was possibly the lowest moment during a turbulent 10 years. The agency was previously under investigation after senior officials drove across the White House grounds while intoxicated, raced over a barricade, and ignored a package that a lady who had claimed to be holding an explosive had dropped. Agents are accused of hiring women in Colombia and facilitating a fence jumper's entry into the White House. Additionally, it took agents 4 days to realize that a sniper had fired bullets at the White House, and they inadvertently let a man with a pistol use Obama's lift. Since Ronald Reagan was shot outside a hotel in Washington, D.C. in 1981, this was the first time a president or frontrunner for the presidency from a major party has been shot. On Sunday, law enforcement agents were trying to find out more information on Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, in order to ascertain what drove him to open fire on the rally from a neighboring rooftop, taking out one spectator before the Secret Service shot and took him out. According to public court records, Crooks graduated from high school 2 years ago and has no prior criminal charges against him. The FBI said on Sunday that it has not yet found any threatening writing or social media posts from him. According to the FBI, he acted alone. The Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump, claimed on social media that the shooting had punctured the top portion of his right ear. Authorities reported that 2 spectators suffered critical injuries. According to Pennsylvania's governor, the man who lost his life was Corey Comparatore, a former fire chief from the area who passed away a hero by jumping on his family to save them. Upon receiving messages, Crooks's family did not immediately reply. In an interview with news outlets late on Saturday, his father, Matthew Crooks, said he was trying to understand what was going on. In 2022, Crooks received his diploma from Bethel Park High School. Crooks, who has a small frame and wears spectacles, can be seen crossing the stage to accept his diploma in a video of the school's graduation ceremony that has been uploaded online. The district indicated that it will provide investigators its whole cooperation. According to a Tribune Review article from that year, Crooks was one of few students to get awards in math and science during his senior year. Frederick Mack, a current team captain who attended the school a few years behind Crooks, said that Crooks tried out for the rifle team but was turned away because he was a lousy shooter. Jason Kohler, who claimed to have gone to the same high school as Crooks but did not take any classes with him, claimed that Crooks was teased at school and spent his lunch break by himself. According to Kohler, other students made fun of him for his attire, which included hunting clothing. As a dietary aide in a nursing home, Crooks' job mostly involved preparing food. Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitations Administrator, Marcy Grimm, expressed her amazement and sadness at learning of his involvement in a statement. Grimm also mentioned that when Crooks was hired, his background check came out clean. The political inclinations of Crooks were not immediately apparent.